What up, guys? Mad Viking here. Haven't done one of these in a while, and there's been so much stuff going down in the wrestling world recently. I'm sure most of you have probably heard about it, but I thought I'd still make a video anyway and kind of dive right into it. Tons of AEW news. I wish I knew about this sooner, because I guess tomorrow is their big, I think they're calling it a launch rally, but I really don't think they're really launching or touring for quite a while yet. I don't think that they're waiting for other people, per se, to join up before they do. I just think it's too much too soon. It could be a few months from now, but anyway, it was earlier reported that SCU had re-signed with Ring of Honor, but there was a thing that I saw on one of the Elite videos, and it said AEW The Elite, and it had SCU with Christopher Daniels posing with the Elite. So I don't know what to think of that. But, well, I'll get into other things, though. So supposedly SCU, which is Kazarian, and, I hate when I do this. I know his name, but I'm having a brain fart because now I'm filming. Something Sky. Anyway, everybody knows who SCU is. This is a big sign for Ring of Honor. That means they outbid or had I guess, a better schedule, whatever it is, but they secured Bandito. And it's not just the WWE that was after him. AEW was after him hardcore too. There's more about this, but he did sign with Bandito. There's been a major bidding war going on with a lot of free agents. But Bandito has been secured. He is with AEW, along with Jack Sabre Jr. Another huge pickup. Ring of Honor is definitely not slacking now that they've lost some top talent. They're replacing them with top talent. And I'm glad Sabre and Bandito are going to Ring of Honor. I guess Dalton Castle's contract must be coming up again because the WWE, of course, wants him. I don't know, man. I don't know if he would sign or not. I think a lot of people see the WWE for what it is. They're just gobbling people up just for the sake of gobbling them up. It's not because you have talent, I don't believe. In a lot of cases, it's just because you're a name, somebody knows you, and they're signing you. I mean, they want Karen Q from Ring of Honor's women division. Out of all the people on Ring of Honor's women division, they want Karen Q. Now, if you watch Ring of Honor, it's a little short, kind of chunky Asian girl. They already have a few of those rotting away in NXT, so why in the hell would they want Karen Q? Karen Q is a decent talent, but is she like Asuka talent? No. So why would WWE want her? But they do. Of course, now it's been released that Omega everybody knew this anyway. I don't know why it's being reported, but Omega is leaving New Japan at the end of the month. He's not saying anything on where he's going. He was teasing WWE. He's been teasing WWE. He actually was supposed to have a sit-down meeting with with WWE this week. So, and the offer was supposed to be absolutely amazing. I'm sure it's pay and schedule. Even if he signs for a year, because like I said, there's supposed to be an A&E event coming up here pretty soon, but I mean, unless he signs a contract and he's being paid, why would you walk away from money when there's no shows? There would have to be some sort of guarantee or something, I would assume. Of course, Cody Rhodes has been seen at a Jags game recently. He's sporting new merchandise, sporting the Jaguars colors. And we know why that is, because the owner of All Elite Wrestling is that Khan guy who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. He scored playoff tickets for Jericho, which he tweeted about recently too. More on Jericho and A&E in a minute. Of course, we know Cody turned down a WWE offer recently, which was supposed to be just as big as Kenny Omega's offer, to sign with All Elite Wrestling for 5 years. All of the Elite members signed for 5 years. So obviously this is a long-term deal. This could be really the last contract for the Young Bucks, because I know Matt's already pretty banged up. He has back issues. 5 more years of being the Young Bucks. And they did say wherever they went on this last contract, they were going whoever paid the best and had the best offer. They said they were, quote, getting paid. because they were talking about it could potentially be their last big contract. So that has recently come out. They have all signed to a 5-year deal. Silas Young, Ring of Honor, recently turned down an offer to join NXT. That one kind of shook my head a little bit because I know this guy is an older guy. Why would they want him? And I had to look up his age. He's 39 years old. Well, I think smartly, is that a word? He didn't take the offer and he re-signed with Ring of Honor, who has been pushing him very heavily in the last year or two. So Silas Young is sticking around. Oh yeah, that was, what was that recently? This is kind of old. Larry the Axe Hennig and Dynamite Kid recently passed away. WWE ignored both their deaths. Now, of course, tonight on Raw, they're doing some like super memorial super show for Mean Gene. And if you don't know, Hulk Hogan is being brought in for that to celebrate the life of Mean Gene. And then it was recently said some other old legend is coming back too tonight. Didn't say who, so yeah, I guess if you're not watching or whatever DVR, you have that to look forward to. But it did kind of make me scratch my head a little why they ignored Larry Hennig with his history, his son's history, and now his grandson's history. His grandson, who is in the company, for Christ's sake. I think that would piss me off a little bit if I was Curtis Axel. Yeah, what was it? The last Supercard of Honor, Christopher Daniels lost a match to Marty Scurll. It was a retirement match. At the time, I legitimately thought he was possibly retiring. But no, I think he is going to be one of the names at the rally tomorrow. Announced that he is signed with A&E Wrestling, A&E All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, I have next to it. Is he All Elite bound? Mark my words, 100%. He's all in 100%. Oh yeah, everybody knows trademarks have been filed for possible TV shows and pay-per-views for All Elite. The Elite says goodbye to Ring of Honor. Yeah, this week's Ring of Honor was actually kind of funny because they were pestering Matt Taven. I mean, Matt Taven was pestering Marty Scurll because he's like, "Oh, where did all your buddies go? They left you hanging. What was it? You had to be this tall to ride the bus to Jacksonville." Oh man, did that get a good pop? If you don't know, Marty has a contract till the end of April, and he recently, I know I have it written down here somewhere, but he recently formed a heel stable group, Villain Enterprises. I know I have their names down here somewhere. I'll get to that in a second. All Elite Wrestling is claiming they already have 2 WWE wrestlers ready to jump. A lot of people were speculating that it is possibly Gallows and Anderson. Even, what's his name? The guy in Gorillas of Destiny. Why am I having a brain fart now? He released a tweet that basically claimed that Gallows and Anderson were coming back to New Japan Wrestling to rejoin the Bullet Club. But I wouldn't be shocked if they go to All Elite Wrestling either. I know they came to WWE to live in America. Going back to New Japan would be a move, or they would be away from their family. Anderson has very young kids, I know that. So All Elite, I think, would happen, but it's not going to happen for a while because I recently found out they're under contract till the end of 2019. So I don't even know why people are speculating on that. The other speculation was that, of course, the Young Bucks played into this, saying that they were going to have a match against the Revival in the future. But I would think that their contracts are not anywhere near coming up anytime soon. Cody is secretly wooing Zack Ryder, and I do believe his contract is coming up. He did say on a podcast, out of anybody on the WWE roster, who would you sign and bring to All Elite? And he said, without a hesitation, Zack Ryder. He's the guy with all the talent in the world, and just a few years ago, he was in Madison Square Garden getting cheered, "We want Ryder," with The Rock standing in the ring, and he said he's never forgot it. I think that would be good for him. I also think it would be great for Dolph Ziggler, who I never ever did find out if he ever signed a new contract. I think he's just working show to show. It would be great for both those guys. And like I said, if you got this Khan guy is supposed to be 3.5 times more richer than the McMahon family, so he could probably buy the WWE roster if he wanted to. And Ziggler and Ryder would be great additions. So we're going to have to see, I guess, right? Kelly Klein finally dethrones Sumi Siaki for the women's title. She is now the second holder of the ROH women's title, ending Sumi's reign of 251 days, almost 1 year. Raven returns to Impact. He's been featured on a few vignettes, and he did finally hit the ring this last week's episode and helped Tommy Dreamer beat up Eli Drake. One of the final Elite episodes, being the Elite, they finally offered Flip Gordon a spot in the Elite. And he's like, guys, I don't want to join the Elite. I was always hanging around to join the Bullet Club. So they beat his ass one more time. They drived him into the concrete floor. It was a funny episode. Like I said, if you guys aren't watching Being the Elite yet, you guys are really missing some good stuff. I love every episode. Let me see. Shal Guerrero debuted recently on Lucha Underground. Who is that, you say? That's Aiden English wife. That's Aiden English's wife. That is also Vicky and Eddie Guerrero's daughter. Man, does she look different, but she looked good. So I guess she's with Lucha Underground now. I already mentioned Bandito. Justin Gabriel, a.k.a. PJ Black, and Mark Haskins signed to ROH. So those are some more big signings. There we go. Brody King and PCO joined Villain Enterprises with Marty Scurll. Now, PCO is 50-something years old, is built like a brick S-house, and you would never know who he is. I was going to post it. Maybe I'll do that after this. It'll be on my Instagram page, Mad Viking as well, on who he is. And it will shock you, blow your mind away. Oh, yeah. Vince's Raw appearance a few weeks ago broke another record for the lowest recorded people watching in Raw history. So their record low rating from weeks back was broken with Vince on the show. With the "you are the booker" and all that crap. I can't say anything's really changed with Raw, but yeah, there was that. Daniel Bryan merch is at an all-time low at 0% since turning heel. Now, turning the heel that he is it's refreshing, but yeah, I don't think when you turn heel in a lot of cases you're expected to keep selling merch, and he really relied on merch sales. So I don't know, but that was reported recently. Anthem recently tried selling Impact to A&E Wrestling, which has me sad because if you're not watching Impact, you just don't like good wrestling. Impact has been killing it for probably 2 years, but they have really stepped it up recently. And this scares me a little. But A&E turned it down. So if they're shopping to dump the wrestling company, I would think at some point the WWE will step in and be like, hey, here's some money, give us your library. And I hope Impact doesn't go away because, like I said, there's a lot of great talent there. And they've had probably the best pay-per-views this last year over the WWE. I just missed Homecoming, but I've seen the highlights. I totally got caught up in something on Sunday, out of my hands, but I've seen the highlights, and it looked like another killer pay-per-view. I might even order it just to watch it. But, I mean, Slammiversary killed WrestleMania. But, like I said, I'm a little scared, but Impact is moving now to the Pursuit channel, I think this week, after this week's episode. Yeah, January 11th, I have written down. So please support Impact, guys. You're all complaining like me about WWE, but you don't support other products. I mean, watch Lucha Underground. You can't tell me WWE is better. Watch New Japan and tell me WWE is better, because it's not. New Day no longer allowed to throw pancakes and dump cereal and all that other crap on fans. By doctor's order, if I remember reading right. So you ain't going to see that anymore, guys, which is probably a good thing because it was beyond hokey at this point. Pat McPhee signs a multiple-year deal with the WWE, and you're like, who's Pat McPhee? Yeah, I knew the name sounded familiar, and I was the same way. He's the ex-Colt kicker, ex-NFL kicker. And I guess apparently he started doing, like, WWE stuff on YouTube. I caught one episode of his, and it did look kind of professional. But apparently they have signed him now, and he's going to be doing the pre-show stuff for NXT and possibly on pay-per-views. So there's that. And also that NXT announcer, man, Jelly or whatever his name is, he recently got into a car accident, but no serious injuries. Yeah, I already mentioned Impact. Vince is very high on Mandy Rose, so am I. That girl's hot. She's expected to get a very huge push coming soon. I already mentioned the Zack Ryder. BJ Whitmore was offered a contract with, to re-sign with Ring of Honor. Damn it. And he turned it down, and he secretly signed with All Elite Wrestling. Exact matches, 2018. His role is to continue his role as producer, and I still think he wrestles here and there. If you don't already know, Britt Baker has been announced. She's signed to why do I want to keep saying A&E Wrestling? To All Elite Wrestling. And it's also rumored they're signing Goldberg, bringing Goldberg in. And it's kind of a head-scratcher to me because, okay, how much talent are they going to have on the roster? And are they going to continue to book this guy as like some unstoppable heel? I mean, I wouldn't hate it if he came back to the WWE. I just think the only good thing about him signing with All Elite is that he could possibly be doing pipe bomb type segments on his WWE run, which he was happy when he came back, but he was not happy with the company by the time he left. So he potentially could have a lot of stuff to say. And of course, the rumors are flying that AJ, when his contract up, is going to All Elite. I don't think that's happening. CM Punk is going to sign. If they couldn't get him for All In, how are they going to get him to All Elite? So, yeah, Goldberg, supposedly. We'll see. Tomorrow's the rally, like I said. Cody's position in A&E, other than a wrestler, is the executive vice president. Brandy Rhodes also has a title. I do believe she's running. I thought I have it written somewhere. Running the women's division, but she also has a different title. Jason DeFrank. Oh yeah, Jason DeFrank is the Green Power Ranger, by the way, is getting his first wrestling match with Texas Laredo Wrestling Alliance. So I'm sure we're going to see that popping up on the internet soon. All Elite Wrestling is going to meet with Ring of Honor and New Japan so they can have a working relationship, which is a good thing, I think, because, I mean, how many people can they sign? Ring of Honor is gobbling up people. Yes, there's a lot of talent still out on the indie scenes, but a lot of people don't follow the indies, so they wouldn't know who they are. I mean, like Joe Janela, yeah, but he's hurt. He's probably not going to be back for wrestling for a year. So I think a working relationship with those companies is a very good thing. But New Japan had already said they're going to continue working with Ring of Honor, but nothing has been set in stone yet with All Elite. And, I mean, the Young Bucks are so entrenched with the tag division in New Japan, I think something will get worked out. Of course, we already know, I already mentioned Omega. Omega offered a sweet offer by WWE this week in the sit-down meeting. If he doesn't sign, it was, quote, not for a lack of trying. I already mentioned that. This is possibly the All-In 2 pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. A location has been scouted. Now, I heard today there was 2 possible locations in Vegas, but it's going to be in Vegas. I thought I wrote the date down, but of course I didn't. Christian, one of my favorites, is going to host a show on the History Channel, Night Fight. Basically, they dress up in knight's armor and beat the piss out of each other with blunt weapons. So look forward to that. Chris Jericho is not done with New Japan. He recently announced, I don't think he lost his title. No, he did lose his title at Wrestle Kingdom to Naito. But originally it wasn't reported that he did. All the Americans that had those titles, they all lost. Omega lost. Young Bucks took the pin, but they didn't lose. They didn't have the belts. Who has the belts? Who? LJN? I can't remember. Ibushi got hurt. I don't remember. I didn't write all this down. Some noteworthy stuff. Taya Valkyrie defeated Tessa Blanchard at Homecoming. I've seen some of her stuff in Lucha Underground, but it was basically just brawls. I haven't been impressed with anything she's done in Impact, and I can't believe Impact, I can't say they derailed Tessa's push right now, but why? They just brought in that new girl, and they were building it up that she was going to challenge Tessa for the belt. I just didn't get it, and I think it was just done for the photo op at the end of Homecoming with Johnny Impact and her holding up their belts. I don't know what to think of that. The Lucha Brothers, who I was going to put out a prediction video for this pay-per-view, but it just never happened, lost to LAX. So I would assume there's going to be more matches out of them. Oh yeah, I got to get into that. A&E and Impact went into a bidding war for the Lucha Brothers. A&E, All Elite, gave an offer to Impact, to the Lucha Brothers. Impact counter-offered. And of course, A&E, All Elite doubled down, and it was supposed to be for way more money, which would kind of insult me a little bit, because if you're willing to pay that, why didn't you offer that in the get-go? But we'll know tomorrow, because if they signed, they will be at the launch rally, which I don't get, because they're supposed to be signed with MLW here in Florida until the end of 2019, and they're both in Lucha Underground, and they have really complicated contracts in Lucha Underground. So I guess we're going to have that. Kota Ibushi was injured at Wrestle Kingdom 13, fighting, come on, Will Ospreay. Now, everybody thinks it was that elbow smash thing to the back of his head, and it definitely connected, but I couldn't see how that knocked him out. Well, apparently it came out today. It was before that, when he was trapped in the corner, and he was taking a series of kicks, and he was getting kicked repeatedly in the face. He received a concussion and supposedly a detached retina, and was basically in La La Land just before that elbow smash. But when you see Ospreay literally was struggling to do his finisher on him, lifting him, he deadlifted him up to do his finisher. Ibushi was not moving or cooperating whatsoever. But they said prior to this, he was stretchered out. That part was planned in the match, they said, but they said he legitimately got injured, but it wasn't the elbow thing. But he was going to be stretchered out because he was given time off after this match to recover and, relax a little. But now he's doing it because he's got a detached retina and a concussion. So that happened. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't have anything else written down, but this has gone on for a little bit. So that is today's current news. Lots of All Elite stuff. Like I said, tomorrow will be the All Elite launch rally in Jacksonville. I'm sure there's going to be stuff posted on that, so keep your eyes out for that. And it's been interesting. Like I said, we're going to get to see. I doubt they won't have everybody there signed or going after there, obviously, because they're still going after people. But it's going to be interesting to see who they do pull off. I would much rather the Lucha Brothers going to All Elite than going to WWE and sticking like Phoenix and Loser House Party and, Pentagon on 205 Live. Other than getting figures, elites and stuff, I don't want to see him go there. And I think Kenny Omega is going there too. If you watch the recent Being the Elite episode, he loses his phone and he's looking for it after Marty Scurll's New Year's Day party, and it's seen laying in a bush outside the Tokyo Dome. The camera guy walks up to it, and you can hear the tick, 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 which was what what Hangman, the Bucks, and Cody all had for like 2 months. And what did that all lead to? It all led to them signing with A&E. So that would make my day as well. Other than, getting a Kenny Omega Elite figure. If he goes to WWE, that's really the only high spot. But I really hope he goes to All Elite. And when they start touring, if they're in Florida, I will go to it and get some footage. But anyways, guys, hit like, leave a comment, tell me what you think of any of the things I've talked about. Subscribe, hit that notification button, share. Sharing helps the channel. So does liking. I haven't forgotten my giveaway. I've just, so much stuff has happened since Christmas. I haven't forgot. I have to go on WWEshop.com just to see if my thing that I wanted to give away is back in stock, because that's one of the major things I'm giving away. But other than that, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Mad Viking out. Catch you guys next time.